The Redskins and Cowboys have released a joint statement. How about that? We have pursued our salary cap claim pursuant to the CBA, and we respect and will abide by the arbitrator's decision to dismiss. We will continue to focus on our football teams and the 2012 season. For more, let's bring in an old friend of ours, NFL salary cap analyst J.I. Halsell, who joins us from Chicago. J.I., good to see you again.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, it's not like Dan Snyder and Jerry Jones to back down from a good fight. Why have these guys decided to move on here?
You know, I think when you look at just kind of how this could play out in the long run, is it really worth it to file a lawsuit a la Al Davis against the National Football League and just continue to drag this out? I think, you know, both organizations have probably made plans for, you know, this decision. And, you know, if you look at even the way the Washington Redskins have structured contracts in veteran free agency, you see that they've done it in a way such that if this ruling did not go in their favor, they would still be able to move on from it. And so I think you'll see them do just that and not file a lawsuit and just move on from this dilemma, if you will.
So the Redskins and Cowboys are being punished for overloading contracts during the 2010 season, but that year was uncapped and the NFL approved those contracts. So how is it that the league wins this dispute?
You know, at the crux of this dismissal is the fact that the NFLPA agreed to the sanctions against the Washington Redskins and Dallas Cowboys. And so when you think about the collective bargaining agreement being an agreement between two parties, the NFL and the NFLPA, the fact that both parties agree to these sanctions then give Stephen Burbank a perspective that he has nothing to rule on because both parties agreed to it. So that's pretty much the crux of the argument and why this case was dismissed.
Now, how did both of these teams protect themselves with the contracts they negotiated before this ruling? It looked like they anticipated it coming.
Yeah, when you look at the way contracts such as Josh Morgan were structured and even Adam Carricker, you see that the Redskins have structured it in a way so that they're cap-friendly deals here in 2012 and 2013 where they don't have as much salary cap space, but in future years when they'll be beyond these penalties and what they project will be an increased salary cap, they'll be able to rebound from this issue.
I hate to bring his name up, but is this decision another drawback from that huge contract the Redskins gave Albert Haynesworth?
Yeah, you know, when you think about why this situation even came about, it was because of the restructuring to not only Albert Haynesworth's contract, but also D'Angelo Hall. But because Albert Haynesworth's contract was so enormous, the Redskins attempted to use the uncapped year to really manage that contract so that it would be beneficial to them down the road. And the structure that they used is what ultimately caused for these penalties to come to be.
He's a guy that makes the very complicated very simple. Our NFL salary cap analyst J.I. Halsell joining us from the Windy City. J.I., thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.